So of course, first thing you always got to do when you get a Jeep or you got to get any vehicle, you got to change this antenna out. And we bought a bullet antenna, but this one's already damaged. So we're gonna get this changed out and go from there. Okay, so as you guys can see, we got a male end here and we got a male end here. It's not gonna work. Like they said this was for a Jeep JK. I'm not sure what they were thinking by saying that, but now you either got to get an adapter or get a different one. So we're gonna go dig into that. I'm gonna contact the company. This is what happens when you order off Amazon. They're good and they're bad at the same time. So we'll move on. Next thing is we are gonna change these headlights out. So for what I'm seeing is it looks like these clips just pop out and this whole grill just pops right out. Clip there, clip there. So there's clips all along here actually. Probably should have changed these lights while I was at it. This will probably be the easiest install a lot of people do, is just light upgrades. And the reason we're changing them is all this hazing. These are old. It's a 2012, so it's going to have all the stock, pretty much stock stuff, unless somebody upgraded it. But you guys all know us here at the channel. We don't do anything stock. It all gets modified. This here is what we're going to be putting on. I'm not taking the plastic off till we get it all on, but yep. As Jess pointed out, I do got a surprise for you, but this is the surprise here. We got new metal ones instead of the rubber ones that typically come on the Jeeps. And it's going to replace this little rubber piece here. And take all that out. Set that in there, set that in there. And I got to pull all this apart still. But before we go any further, you're going to see how dirty that is, and we're going to wipe that and clean that up real quick.
3, 2, 1, action.
It's for the JL. It's for the JK.
Where's your instructions?
Oh, there's only one in there. Okay, never mind. So this kit's actually for the JK and JL. And basically what we'll do is we'll be using this here to put that all on. So I got to pull all this off here. And then this piece here is a little bit different than this piece here. So this is the hook that's going to actually go on the hood up there. And then we're going to make adjustments and get everything all situated. Let me here.
This is why I just wanted to record the whole thing. And then you could just edit what you need.
Okay, whatever. I'll show you guys a trick. So when you get to the point that you got this here, as you can see, I'm going to move those down here. And the stuff we're using is the ceramic spray from Amsoil. This stuff works really good for cleaning stuff up. But as you can see, you got a whole bunch of black around here, and we don't want that, because when we put this new piece on here, you're going to still see all that. So I'm going to pull this off real quick, and I'm going to show you guys a cool little trick to get that all off. Before we go and do what we're going to do, clean it really good. Clean all this area, because we're going to probably clean a lot of this, because you can see all this here. It's like really, I don't know, it must be like a dressing or something they stuck on here trying to keep this plastic clean. And over the years, it's just stuck. You guys how to do this. unless you guys actually do more research. But basically what you do is you take 2000 grit sandpaper and you can polish out this. What it's going to do is it's going to strip down and cut into the clear coat so that you can polish all this back out, and it's going to look amazing when it's all done. Now the trick to it is keep it wet as much as possible. So I'm going to soak this, and I'm going to soak all along here because that's where I'm going to be sanding, and nice even movements. But again, if you don't do this right, this isn't on me. You need to do a little more research if you're just not sure. But you keep it very smooth, even pace. Come back here, you can see, as we're doing this, you can see how it's starting to cut all that off. See all that dirt and everything? That's what happens when you start cutting this down. And it's going to start eating away at all this. And then what's going to happen is you're going to have a nice little film to it when it's all said and done. So you can see here how it's got all this black. That's all dirt. So that's what the reason for keeping it wet. If you get too much on that on one side, move to another side.
Did you want me to stop recording and then you can?
Yeah, this will take a... You gotta move the joystick. Don't move the camera.
I don't know how to do that.
Some of this is not gonna come out because I don't want to be stripping that down. Move to a different piece here. Scared me for a second. This will tell you guys how thick this stuff is and how very important it is every once in a while to clean really good in these areas and not just let product build up, because it's like then you run into this where you're trying to get it cleaned up really good, and as you guys can see here, I screwed up and went a little too deep. It started cutting in here, and I went really deep in here, so I can't really do too much more here without damaging it. So it's just going to be what it is for right now. And this side's just this little section right here. Okay, good enough for me. Doesn't have to be perfect, but at least we got most of all this off. Now once you do get all that off, we're going to come back and we're going to polish this out real quick. So let me be right back. And this little polisher I use to get in tight areas. But basically we're just going to start with the Jack's wax, and we're going to do a stage 1, which is going to cut it. And then we're going to use the stage 2 on a different pad, and it's going to be a polish. Going old school. Maybe. Oh.
looks hot.
Yeah, it does.